Hello, friends. Patanjali begins his Yoga Sutra by defining yoga as the cessation of the vrittis of the chitta and then goes on to defining the five kinds of vrittis. It is then followed by describing the tools to bring upon the nirodha of these vrittis. As they say, the journey is more important than the goal, and that is what Patanjali now begins to describe. Starting from the 12th Yoga Sutra, which reads Abhyas Vairagyabhyam Tannirodhaha, translated as the vrittis or the states of mind are stilled by practice and dispassion. That is, the method which leads to the control of changing states of the mind are abhyas, which refers to repetition or practice, and vairagya, which refers to non attachment or dispassion. The suffix bhyam indicates that both practice and dispassion are required to control the vrittis and lead to a state of yoga. We all understand the term practice, indicated by the word abhyas. The word abhyas consists of two prefixes, abhi and a, to the root word as. Prefix abhi means towards, and a is indicative of repetition, and the dhatu as refers to any task or action. Hence, the word abhyas means to do something over and over again. We also discussed the concept of abhyas in the Yoga Sutra 1.5, where we talked about an example of how yearning to learn music is a kind of vritti, which turns into a samskar due to prolonged practice, which turns a novice into a veteran. This is what is meant by abhyas. And this practice is not only important for novices but also for masters to maintain their mastery. As the famous musician Mozart once said, it is a mistake to think that the practice of my art has come easy to me. I assure you, dear friend, no one has given so much care to the study of composition as I. There is scarcely a famous master in music whose works I have not frequently and diligently studied. Along with practice, the other important ingredient to achieving the state of yoga is vairagya, which can be translated as non attachment or dispassion. The word vairagya consists of a prefix v, which means opposite, and the root word ranj, which is indicative of being dyed or being colored. Therefore, the word vairagya means to be devoid of any color. Here, color is symbolic of attachment. Usually, vairagya is equated with giving up worldly life and taking up sannyas. But Patanjali does not refer to any such thing. Patanjali refers to vairagya only in the sense of internal renunciation, without making any reference to the external situation of the individual. And internal renunciation basically means selfless action, which is also the central message of the Bhagavad Gita. An example of such selfless action that we see in our daily lives is that of a mother who takes care of her child while often putting herself through great suffering. However, this is an example of a curtailed type of dispassion, since this unquestionable service comes forth from the biological connection which the mother shares with the child. The child is perceived as an extension of herself by the mother, due to which this kind of selfless service occurs. A higher level of vairagya is seen in certain individuals in the society who selflessly work for people with whom they are not even associated biologically or in any other way. This happens because they see all others as a part of a unified whole. Swami Vivekananda is an example of such an individual who not only spent his entire life in the service of mankind but also inspired many others to take up this path of selfless service. We can also understand the importance of Abhyas and Vairagya from the farming analogy discussed in the Yoga Sutra 1.2, where we considered Chitta as the land, Vritti as the seeds sown for harvest, and Nirodha as the dormant or the fallow period needed to make the soil more fertile. Now, as per this analogy, to have the harvest of choice, one needs to till and aerate the soil regularly, along with removal of weeds. The regular tilling can be referred to as the abhyas, and removal of weeds to vairagya or dispassion. Dispassion can be exercised to varying degrees, about which Patanjali elaborates further in the subsequent sutras. And the next two sutras describe the characteristics of Abhyas. Till then, stay connected.